Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Can everybody hear me okay? Just to check a sound, do kind of wave with your hands. That's great. Welcome, everybody, to the TED Circles Pilot Celebration here at the TED World Theater. My name is Jay.
My name is Alyssa.
And together, we worked on the TED Circles pilot with all of you for the last few months, mostly September, October, and November. We're so thrilled that you're here. We have people here, wow, look at this, truly from all over the world.
Pakistan,
Spain,
California,
South Africa,
Sweden,
Japan,
the Philippines,
Italy. We can keep going. Argentina.
Going.
This is really a beautifully global group. We appreciate you waking up early, staying up late, maybe sneaking out in the middle of work or school to join us. We packed a full hour for you, full of great information and celebrations. But before that, just a few logistics.
Yes. For many of you, it's your first time joining us in the TED World Theater. Welcome. We're so excited to see you. It's a new technology that we're designing, so if you see any glitches, please bear with us. But we're really delighted that it creates a more immersive and participatory experience for our global community. You are on the walls, your gorgeous faces, and it feels as though you are here with Jay and myself in the theater. That means we can see you, but we can't hear you, and we encourage you to be as visually responsive as possible. If something really resonates with you, show us, applaud, etc. And there will also be opportunities during the open Q&A for some of you to even join us at a deeper level by coming to this front screen. That'll be for people who ask questions that get promoted. When that happens, a member of our team is going to speak with you. So don't be spooked. They're just trying to make sure that you have strong enough video and audio so that way when you're on stage, everything is seamless.
That's right. Now, start thinking about your questions as we begin the program.
Please.
You can start typing your questions into the chat area in the interface in front of you. When you're writing a question, it would be great if you can write it in all capital letters, because we have a couple of folks back here writing out the questions and preparing to bring them here. And maybe think about who that question might be for. As you know, Chris Anderson is going to join us in a few minutes, and questions for him would probably make sense when you're thinking about overall TED strategy and why this makes sense in the bigger scheme of things. And Alyssa can help with questions related to the pilot, to the transition from the pilot to a regular program, or any other specifics related to TED Circles.
And we're going to help get those creative juices and questions flowing by covering the pilot highlights. We will invite 5 of your fellow Circle hosts to join us on stage here and share their stories.
I can't wait for that, because those have been amazing to watch on the Slack channel. Now we're going to watch a few of them here live.
Exactly. And I will get the opportunity to have a conversation with Chris, asking him about his hopes and dreams for the program. And then we open it up to you for your questions.
So we won't delay the start of the program by much longer, but I will do that by just saying 2 things before I get off the stage. First, a shout out to TEDx organizers. This is a very diverse group from people from all different TED communities, but I know there's a bunch of TEDx organizers in this room, and we are thrilled that TEDxers have really stepped up to be a part of launching this new initiative. But I wanted to remind you, TEDx organizers, that this is great. This is really easy to organize, and this is a great gift once this program moves to become a proper initiative. Gift this to your members of your community, your audiences. This is a great tool for them to stay engaged with TEDx and TED in between events. Maybe you do 1 or 2 events a year. Let them host some of them. You don't have to do it all yourself. Unlike TEDx, where you do have to do it all yourself. So that's the first thing. The second thing is relating to Alyssa. As you know, Alyssa has been very active helping in this pilot for the last 3 or 4 months. Many of you interacted with her all the time.
And loving every second of it.
And loving every second of it. But in fact, she had another full-time job, and she was doing this as a side project. The pilot has gone so well, as you'll hear in a minute. We are delighted to make TED Circles a proper initiative within TED. And with that, we are appointing Alyssa as the program manager for the TED Circles initiative. So congratulations, everybody, to Alyssa. Thank you for all the hard work. And now you only have one thing to do, is make TED Circles work really well. So good luck to you. Thanks to everyone. I'm going to leave the stage and leave you in the good hands of Alyssa. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everybody. I am so delighted. Jay makes it sound really easy, but really, you guys are the ones that make it look so easy. So I'm excited to cover our pilot highlights. Starting in September, we had 85 volunteers host circles. Many of you hosted more than one. So in our very first month, we had 109 circles. 80 out of 85 of you rated your experience a 10 out of 10. So it's no surprise that in October, we grew, with many hosts returning and more hosts joining for the first time and having their first circle, hosting a total of 119 circles. The host experience continued to be very strong. So again, no surprise that in November, we grew even more, with even more hosts returning and more hosts joining for the first time, hosting a record 133 circles. That's a lot of circles. That's 148 of you hosting 361 circles within 3 months' time. You reached 4,000 guests across 42 countries within 3 months' time. And because hosts and guests are sharing your takeaways with one another about the environment, about how to be a better human, about justice, and about, this month, money, you're actually cross-pollinating each other's circles with ideas that will converge into a global conversation. It's truly beautiful. Speaking of this month, we updated the website. We added an animation to that really explains how TED Circles works and why we believe in them. We also put out an online host registration form, and we've actually had 5 to 10 new hosts sign up every day. The organic virality of this program is truly amazing, and it comes because you are talking about it. You're sharing it with your community, as Jay suggested. You're inviting your hosts. You're encouraging them to host their own circles, and you're really leading with an open hand. So thank you. In order to scale our community with care, we're looking to do 3 things in the short term. One is build host tools. It's really important that you have more opportunities to start, manage, and improve your circles on your own. The second is we're going to move the online host group from Slack to Facebook. I know the room was a little bit divided on this point, but the vast majority voted for Facebook. And what's most important is that we share an online space where we're regularly celebrating each other's circles and exchanging ideas. So look out for an invite to that soon. And the third is we're going to continue our Connect calls. We want to have that face-to-face feedback loop, as well as an opportunity for hosts to engage with each other and invest in your relationships. All right? So in addition to seeing each other in those Connect calls, I also love seeing the pictures that you share. What we're seeing within the TED Circles pilot are cozy evenings at home with yummy food and TED Red slippers and close pictures with friends, as well as candid shots of people engaged in conversations. We're seeing branded thank you cards, as well as notes that are specific to the conversation, as well as circle-shaped seat cushions for circles that are taking place on the floor to make them more comfortable for their viewing experience, as well as treats and even t-shirts. In addition, we're seeing a resourceful usage of community centers and libraries and co-working spaces where some circles are starting the C pose. Other circles are going forward with the two-handed circle pose. We'll see what catches on. We're seeing these take place with retirees, with colleagues in an office during a lunch break, and with engaged students packing the classroom at every age level. You see online circles and a new one, hybrid circles. 2 circles taking place physically, and then they connect online to exchange ideas. And finally, outdoor circles, taking the program quite literally to new heights with a drone shot over the Spain-Portugal border.